Playoff football returns to Lake Orion. Tonight, the Rochester Stoney Creek Cougars come in to take on the Lake Orion Dragons. We've got it all for you here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Pregame is underwritten by Malash's Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. The Malash family has been providing automotive services to the Lake Orion area since the 1950s. Stop by at 3800 South Lapeer Road or give them a call at 248-393-2222. Good evening, everyone. I'm Doug Corliss along with Chris Fritching. It is Week 10. The playoffs come back to Lake Orion. For the last week or 2 weeks, we've all been wondering, where is Lake Orion going to fall? What region, what district? Sunday, everything came out, and it ends up we're seeing a lot of familiar foes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way the MHSA structures the brackets each and every year. Regionally, district-wide, you're playing teams that are close to you. So we've seen Stoney Creek in years past, and depending upon if we move on as a team tonight, you got the opportunity to see teams like Rochester Adams, who we've played this year, Utica Eisenhower potentially. So it's all said and done. You can't control what MHSA puts together. You just got to come out here and play your game.
Stony Creek comes in tonight. They made the playoffs at 5-4, which for them has been a huge improvement under second-year coach Nick Merlo. They had 4 years where they had 2 or 3 win seasons. They're glad to be here.
Yeah, they're excited, really thrilled to be here. You know, this is their 18th year of the program, the 4th year they've been to the playoffs. And so you look at their schedule and such, the 4 losses that they've had this year are to teams that are in this year's playoffs. They lost to Oak Park, they lost to Birmingham Groves, they lost to Seaholm, and they lost to Adams. They lost by an average of 8 points per game. So they were in those games against those playoff teams. The games that they won, their opponents were 9-36, average 20% winning percentage. So the teams that they've beat, they've averaged almost 45 points a game. The teams that they lost to, they've only averaged 14 a game. So it'll be interesting to watch that scenario play out tonight in today's game. Like you said, they're thrilled to be here. They're excited to be here. They should be, because they made it. They played a tough schedule, and the teams that they lost, they played tight. So they'll want to do the same tonight against Lake Orion.
You'd do anything to take care of that spot on your lawn. So why not take care of that spot on your skin? If you're a man over 50, you're in the group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the cancer that kills 1 person every hour. Check your skin for suspicious or changing spots. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out what to look for. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Playoff football returns to Lake Orion tonight. The Stoney Creek Cougars come in to take on the Lake Orion Dragons. We've got it all for you here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Pregame is underwritten by Malash's Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Malash's Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1950s. Give them a call at 248-393-2222 or South Lapeer Road, Lake Orion. Good evening, everyone. I'm Doug Corliss with Chris Frisching as the Dragons are taking the field. Chris, this is a heck of a region we got. It's all places we've seen before, and whoever gets through this, by the way, they get a date with the defending state champion, Chippewa Valley.
You're assuming a lot in that statement there. You're assuming that they're going to win. You're assuming that, bottom line, you're right. It's neat the way that MHSA brackets everybody, because you are local those first couple games. You're playing teams that you've maybe seen in preseason or playoffs in years past. But tonight is the focus the focus is Stoney Creek. You can't worry about what's happening elsewhere around the state. Focus on the game tonight. Focus on what the task at hand. Come out with a victory, and that's what the focus is going to be.
And real quick before the national anthem, Stoney Creek has done a big turnaround under Nick Merlo.
Yeah, they have. They made a lot of improvements. This is their 4th playoff berth in 18 years of the school, their first since 2013. So they're excited to be here, thrilled to be here. We'll find out how they perform tonight.
We will pause as Director of Bands Mike Steele takes the podium and leads the Lake Orion Marching Band in our national anthem. We're back after the national anthem. Stoney Creek comes in led by head coach Nick Merlo. He is in his 2nd season, 8-10 overall. This series goes back to 2002, and the Dragons, they played off and on in the last couple of years. Stoney Creek has been down in the white or the blue division, and Lake Orion leads the overall series 8-6. Our officiating crew for tonight, these crews are the regular crews for the first couple weeks of the playoffs, and then as they get to the semifinals, they are put together crews, and tonight the referee is Bob Foss. Greg Wan is the head linesman. Sam Santilli is the line judge. Nick Leone is the umpire, and Greg Santilli is the back judge. So for Lake Orion will receive Sinai Palat and Marlon Robinson and Mitch Howell are back deep for the Dragons. Kicker having a little problem. Number 10, Lance Fogelberg, will kick off for Stoney Creek. Big crowd here tonight as playoff football returns to Lake Orion. Fogelberg approaches. End over end kick. Coming down to Sinai on the 10. Up 15-20, up to the 25, and he stopped. And the Dragons will take over 1st and 10.
The ability to start fast set the tone early in this first playoff game of the 2019 season is really important. Lake Orion's coming in the last 3 games, averaging 33.3 points per half. The first half of the last 3 games. So start fast, set the tone early, and with the ball, certainly Lake Orion can do that right now to start the game. Excuse me.
Blaze Lauer leads him out. He's under center. Tight formation for the Dragons. Manzo's a lone running back. Blaze on the keeper. Throws behind. Intended for Drew Van Heck. Thrown behind him. It'll be second down. The first quarter of action is underwritten by Jets Pizza, with 2 convenient locations in the Orion area. Proud supporters of Orion Neighborhood Television since 2009. Dragons come out. Trips to the right, single wide left. Blaze from the gun. Hand up. On the keeper, cuts it upfield. He's got a first down and more over the 40, near the 45. They're going to mark him down at the 44. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Dragons.
Boy, Cam Burford, the safety there, number 22. If he doesn't trip him up, Blaze is still running into the end zone.
And it was a great play fake, as we've seen, because I was following Kobe into the line. So now it's trips left. Blaze from the gun. Manzo around left end. He's got a first down, and he tripped over the 45-yard line. It'll be another first down, Lake Orion.
What are you saying? Stoney Creek's got 12 men out there? The 45
you know
yard.
It happens every now and then.
It does. It does. 2 big first downs, back-to-back plays, carried by Lauer, carried by Manzo.
1st and 10. Trips right. Handoff. Kobe up the middle, gets maybe a yard. It'll be second down.
Yeah, I was looking at stats from last week's game against Monroe, which Lake Orion won 45-27, and I look at the stats and I go, Kobe only had 33 yards rushing.
He did.
But you know what? They had short drives. He scored 2 touchdowns and didn't play much in the second half.
Trips right, single wide left. Kobe coming around the end, trying to break a tackle, and he does. Down to the 30. He's got a convoy in front of him. Touchdown, Lake Orion Dragons.
Doug, he didn't break just one tackle on that. He broke multiple tackles on that. It looked like the Cougars had a great job of stringing that play out to the Lake Orion sideline here, and somehow Kobe was able to turn up, break two defenders, and like you said, have the convoy lead him to the end zone. Well done, well executed, Dragons.
Connor Ross on for the extra point. Mitch Howell holding. Isaac Kinney will be the long snapper. Kick is up. Kick is good. 10:24 to go in the first. Dragons jump out to a 7-0 lead. The scoreboard for the first is written by Legacy 925, located at 925 North Lapeer Road in Oxford. Legacy 925 is your one-stop shop for family fun, providing entertainment, go-karts, train. For more information, visit thelegacy925.com. Chris, we never got a chance to get into it. What do you see as your keys to the game tonight?
Well, they did it. They already start fast. I mean, I said it last week, but start fast. Set the tone early, and they've done just that. You know, the first play, Lake Orion threw an incompletion, and boom, rattle off 2 big run plays thereafter, and obviously the 44-yard touchdown now by Manzo. So start fast, and really my last one is win, but get out of here healthy. Yeah. All right, set yourself up, prepare for a long playoff run. You've got to be able to play the short term, have the short term success, which allows you to have that long term success. You got to be able to do both if you want to make it to Ford Field come Thanksgiving weekend.
Connor Ross has it teed up. Short kick, fair catch called for, and bobbled and fallen on by Mike Lambert, number 6. Very alert to call for the fair catch, but then when he bobbled it, he fell right on it. So Stoney Creek will take over 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line.
When you're Stoney Creek didn't get on the field for pregame until about the pregame clock, and it's not a very long drive, but nonetheless, the ability for them to come over here and be ready to play. First, we're not even 2 minutes into the game; they're down to 7-0.
From the gun, we got a 1 wide out, 1 receiver on a wing. Up the middle is number 22, Cam Burford. About him, he's a good running back.
A really good running back. You get him in open space and he's shifty, he's quick, and he runs with some good power. So he's a junior running back for them. A lot of juniors playing for this Cougars team, and at all positions, the line, the skill positions, and so forth. And they're 5-4 and they're in the playoffs this year. But look for them to for some nice opportunities next year as well.
Ryan Eckhout is the quarterback, number 7. He's in a pistol. Handoff up the middle again for a gain of maybe 1. Is Eckhout again. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 22. So it's a 3rd and 2. And we've seen it a lot with other teams that come in. The quarterback has to run over to the sideline to get the play call and then come back out and call it. It takes a lot of time.
It takes a lot of time, but it's probably keeping them warm on a night like tonight.
Hey, looks, throws, complete. Number 27, John Raba, and he's got a 1st down at the 45.
Yeah, they list him as a tight end, but he lined up as the offset back in the backfield, fullback, and just a little coming out of the backfield, a little flat route, and knew where the sticks were, got the big 1st down for the Cougars.
Well, Coach Merlo, their catchphrase for this year was armor up. He wants to have a tough squad, and I think he's well on his way to building that. Handoff off left end is Burford. He's gone for about 2. It'll be 2nd down.
I happened to be at the night, the 3rd week of the season when Lake Orion's game against Adams was postponed till the next night. I went over to see Stoney Creek and Troy Athens to play that night. They ended up playing for some reason. It was fine over there, but Burford was doing a nice job of they were on 35-0 that night against Athens and did a nice job of open field, big runs, and you saw he was going to be a very good football player.
2nd and 8. Handoff on a delay to Burford. He's up to the 49. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Cougars.
I said 35-0. It was 42-7. My fault.
Just under 7:30 to go in the 1st quarter. And one of the things was said in one of the capsules for tonight's game is Stoney Creek's main thing tonight is to keep Lake Orion's offense off the field. And that's why they're trying to get a long ball controlled drive going. 5 wideouts for Stoney Creek. And Eckhout on the keeper, and he's going to be brought down about 4 yards short of the 1st down. Ari Curtis and Isaac Kinney in on the stop.
That certainly looked like it was a designed quarterback draw. However, if it was not, Jack Warner that was in the left slot, he was wide open, number 12. Looked for them to come back to something like that later on this game.
Mitch Howell drops back deep. High snap. Short kick. Goes out of bounds inside the 30. Mitch Wolf was the punter. Dragons will take over, 1st and 10.
As quick as Lake Orion scores, it's I don't want to say it this way, but their defense is gonna be on the field quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know, if the Cougars want to sustain long drives offensively, which makes a lot of sense. It's that complementary football that we talked about last week. Lake Orion's going to have to play on both sides of the football to be successful.
Dragons come out 2 tight ends. Manzo for maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down.
Number 85, Grant Lowry, was right there on the stop to meet Manzo right in the hole. Nice job from his left defensive end position.
They're giving him a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Twins right. Blaze on the keeper. He's around the corner, over midfield. Delays, stutter steps, and gets down to the 35-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10, Lake Orion. And that's what you get with this offense. You cannot key on any one player.
Well, yeah, I mean, number 40, Manzo's got a target on his back, right? And there was 2 guys that tackled him that play. And all of a sudden, Lauer keeps it and out to the 35.
Got open field. Inside the 10, touchdown Lake Orion Dragons. 74 yards in 3 plays. We talk about offensive efficiency all year long. Wow. Connor Ross on again for the extra point. Mitch Howell's going to hold. Isaac Kinney will snap it back. Ball's down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 5:26 to go in the first. Lake Orion's now up 14-0. Today's game is a copyrighted presentation of Lake Orion High School's Dragon Broadcasting Program, Orion Neighborhood Television, and the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Any use, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures and descriptions of this game without the expressed written consent of the MHSAA, Orion Neighborhood Television, and Dragon Broadcasting is prohibited. So 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns.
44-yard touchdown by Manzo the first drive, 34-yard the second drive.
And I was talking with Jesus Cruz before the game. He's down on the sideline, still in a knee brace and crutches. He said it may require surgery on that knee he injured last week. And he says, all I can do now is be the best teammate I can be. High pop kick. That's a live ball. And still bouncing around there. And Stoney Creek recovers on about the 32-yard line.
Well, that's why this game is, going back to Jesus and talking about him, be the best teammate out there, absolutely. And that's the mentality you've got to have as a staff, as a program, is next man up. And the development of those guys behind a guy like Cruz is so vital, so crucial to the success of a team from game to game, a team from season to season.
And you and I talked about it, the development of Jesus this year. He played so well, and all we can hope is that everything goes successful for him. So Stoney Creek has trips right. Now motion this side. Handoff up the middle. Number 9, Boston Acre on the carry. No gain. It'll be 2nd down.
Boy, number 34, Villafuerte Esparza, came in motion. I thought he was going towards the line of scrimmage. Did a little crackback block on Curtis there. Gonna have to watch out that motion coming towards the ball.
Ilario Marcoux on the stop for the Dragons. So they call it 2nd and 10. Motion far side, handoff up the middle, met and dropped. Luke Tapley, who is filling in for Jesus Cruz, met him after a yard or two gain and dropped him. So it'll be 3rd down. They gave him a gain of about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 8. Ball's marked on the 35, and it looks like Stoney Creek doesn't throw the ball a lot. So that's what you want to do, is force them in to those uncomfortable positions.
Yeah, not a lot, but you're down 14-0, 3rd and 8. You're going to have to start doing some of those things to be able to get back in this football game. Plenty of time left, but boy, the way Lake Orion started, you got to start thinking that if you're the Cougars.
Trips left, motion, far side, pressure. Heading up the middle, tucked and dropped.
But in order to have
Ilario Marcoux again.
In order to be able to throw, you got to be able to protect.
Yeah.
And Lake Orion did a good job of fast flowing deck out there, but they also did a great job on the back end because there was nobody open in the secondary for the Cougars.
So Mitch Wolf in punt formation. Fake, look, throw, complete on the fake punt over the middle. And going down the far sideline was Cam Burford on the fake. He just went over the line and set up and waited for the pass to get to him.
And those are the things, obviously, that the Cougars are going to have to do. Obviously, well executed there. And I guess they can pass, huh?
Yeah, they can. It just wasn't the quarterback.
Right.
So Stoney Creek will have the ball 1st and goal from the 6. From the gun, heading up the middle. It's kind of a wildcat. They have a number 33 carried the ball, who I don't have on my roster. He got maybe a yard. They're marking it on the 5.
I was talking to Coach Heath before the game. He said, they brought up a lot of sophomores, right, for the playoffs, and he said the level of intensity of practice, even though the week wasn't great in terms of weather, he said the level of intensity of practice, those sophomores wanted to come up and prove something, playing those scout team positions, and he said it was a really good week of practice.
From the gun, number 22, Cam Burford, in for the 5-yard run for the touchdown. 68 yards in 6 plays. The big play was the fake punt on 4th and 8. Lance Fogelberg on for the extra point. High snap, ball is down, kick is up. Kick is good, 1:49 to go here in the first. It's 14-7. Thanks to Orion Neighborhood Television and Dragon Broadcasting, you can watch Lake Orion High School sports live online all year. We've got a full schedule of varsity football, volleyball, and more this fall, plus concerts and ceremonies. It costs less than $10 per month to watch sporting events, and half of that money goes back to the Lake Orion High School program. Be sure to designate Lake Orion High School when you set up your account. Get started at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. Orion Neighborhood Television thanks our student crews for their hard work and dedication to bring Dragon sports to the world. After the kickoff, we'll throw down to our sideline reporter, Dave Sasefsky. Fogelberg ready has it teed up. Sinai Palat deep. Marlon Robinson and Mitch Howell on the wings. End over end kick. Sinai takes it on the 4. Up to the 20, breaks it outside, breaks a tackle, and caught from behind at about the 24-yard line. Let's go down to the sidelines now to Dave Sasefsky.
Guys, I had a chance to talk with Coach Blackstock before the game, and we talked about what makes this Lake Orion team so special, and he talked about the way that they can spread the ball around offensively. Everybody knows about Kobe, but you got other guys like Van Heck, Howell, and Blaze as well. As they started off fast, Coach said that was the key to the game. I asked him also what stands out on Stoney Creek. He says they really remind them of themselves last year. 2 tight end, physical grind, and they'll run you down. It's going to be a good game as advertised. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Dave. Dragons come out. Kobe on the run, over the 25 up to the 27. And number 33, who again I don't have on my program, we'll have to get his name from, see if Roger Smith has it next door. Down and 6 as we approach the 1 minute mark here in the first quarter. Dragons up 14-7. Trips left, Stark in motion. He gets the handoff, trying to break it upfield. Dropped the ball, but I think he got it back. And it'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Dragons.
Tell you what, that Cougars sideline over there in that student section over there is pretty fired up right now. A lot of momentum in their way.
Plays, rolling right, being chased, looks, throws. It was intercepted, but out of bounds. So it'll be 4th down. Connor Ross comes in to punt. Cam Burford back deep for Stoney Creek. Yeah, this is an aggressive defense that Stoney Creek's throwing out there.
Oh, that fake punt, I think, has just kind of stunned the Dragons. There's kind of the lot of momentum. Obviously, all the momentum is in the Stoney Creek side right now, but
high punt, fair catch called for it midfield and taken, where Stoney Creek will take over 1st and 10.
That's good field position for Stoney Creek.
Well, it's playoff football, you know. It's a one and done. You know, so yeah, if you're the underdog, you're going to pull out every trick.
Absolutely. And they've done so far. I'm sure they've got more tricks up their sleeve.
So Twins left, single wide right, backs in an offset eye. Handoff up the middle. I believe that was Burford. Yep, Cam Burford on the carry. Got 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. And we're going to run out of time here in the first quarter. We played round one of the 2019 MHSAA playoffs. The Lake Orion Dragons lead the Stoney Creek Cougars 14-7.
Larry Buss and the crew at Jets Pizza, located at 1091 South Lapeer Road, have been a proud supporter of Orion Neighborhood Television and Dragon Athletics since 2009. Jet supplies catering for cast and crew. Thank you, Larry, for your continued support. Make sure you give them a call at 248-814-7559 for more information.
Second quarter of this game is underwritten by Buffalo Wild Wings of Lake Orion. Lake Orion's Postgame headquarters, Buffalo Wild Wings of Lake Orion, is located at 770 North Lapeer Road and offers a full menu for all ages. For more information, visit their website, buffalowildwings.com, or call 248-814-8600. Well, an entertaining first quarter of football.
That's why, second season, November 1st.
Oh, yeah.
Back at home, Dragon Stadium.
And I'm sure after that fake punt, Coach Blackstock had a talk with his special teams. Motion this side. Keeper by Eckhout. He got about 6. It'll be second down. I'm sorry, third down and 4. Ball's marked on the 44. Mason Slocum checks into the defensive line.
But you're right, Doug. We talked about the Eckhout running the play, getting the play from the sideline. It's working clock, it's working time, and it's, like you said, it's doing just what they want. Keep the Lake Orion offense off the field.
Handoff around the end is number 33. So I think Chris is going to go over and find out who it is. It's a first down on the Lake Orion 37. Did you find out who?
John Fogler, number 33, freshman.
Pass. Oh, my goodness. Eckhout was looking for a receiver, and Ari Curtis came looped around from his right defensive end position and flattened him.
Yeah, relentless. That's Curtis's 5th sack of the season. But, boy, Eckhout had green grass in front of him.
Yeah.
I think if he just tucks it and runs, he at least gets something. He certainly doesn't get sacked. But, nice pursuit by Curtis, not giving up from the backside of the play.
And we've seen him do that all year this year. So now it's 2nd and 11 from the 38, so 1-yard loss. Eckhout up the middle to Burford. He stopped. It'll be 3rd down and 11. Isaac Kinney in from his linebacker position.
Another tackle for loss. He's tied for the league coming into today's game with 6 tackles for loss. Kinney, 3rd on the team in total tackles.
So 3rd down and 11. As the press box announcer would say at Ford Field, it's 3rd down. Trips left, Twins right. Empty backfield for Eckhout. Back, look, got pressure. Escapes a couple and picked off by Cade Manzo. Let's see, they call it, yes. Eckhout just wanted to get rid of it, and there's a flag. I think Lake Orion's going to get called for celebration. First flag of the night.
Boy, great pressure by the Dragons up front, forcing Eckhout up into the pocket. A little too overzealous, though, on that pass rush. Allowed Eckhout to get into the...
It's a sideline warning for the Dragons. And, yeah, it was a dead ball period. Dragons take over 1st and 10 on the 24.
Manzo's 3rd interception of the season.
Motion this side. Kobe up the middle. Breaks a tackle, cuts back. Touchdown, Lake Orion Dragons. 76 yards.
Two huge back-to-back plays for the Dragons. A big third down interception by one Manzo. The other Manzo scores a touchdown.
His third touchdown of the night, all in the first half. Connor Ross on for the extra point. Ball's down, kick is up. Kick is good, 8:41 to go in the second quarter. Dragons now up 21-7.
Dragons answered that phone call. I hear some ringing going on.
That was mine, I didn't mute it. Hey, DVD copies can be purchased by calling Orion Neighborhood Television at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060.
Kobe's 15th touchdown of the season.
For only $10, you can get a copy of not only this game, but any game or program in our broadcast vault. DVD copies, 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060.
Sorry, Doug. I thought you were done with the read.
That's all right.
I just threw in the Kobe Manzo 15 touchdown. Pretty impressive. Maybe he was a little upset last week that he only scored 2 touchdowns and only had 33 yards rushing. I'm going to make up for it tonight by putting 3 touchdowns on the board in the first half. Pretty impressive in all facets for the Dragons.
Connor Ross has it teed up on the 40, approaches, puts a foot into a high end-over-end kick with the wind into the end zone. Stoney Creek will take over 1st and 10 from the 20. Pretty exciting game tonight so far.
Yeah, I mean, 14-7. Stoney Creek starts the ball in the midfield, takes it into inside the 40-yard line. You saw the momentum revert back to the Cougars, and then instantly with that Manzo interception, it reverted back to Lake Orion, and before you know it, Lake Orion's up by 14 as opposed to 7. So
1st and 10 for Stoney Creek. See Kyler Carson, the JV quarterback, up wearing number 88 tonight. Good quarterback number. Handoff around left end. Number 22, Cam Burford again on the carry. He's got a first down up near the 37-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Cougars come out, twins this side. Tight end set up on a wing left, single back in the backfield. Burford again for 7. Tell you what, he's a good, hard runner.
Yeah, he wasn't touched until 4 yards downfield, and then he was thrown forward on the tackle, and just a nice burst of speed coming out of that single back set.
We talked about it in pregame. This is a junior-laden team. They expect big things out of this team for next year.
Well, it's a playoff experience like that this year that can really go a long way in helping sustaining that success in the program.
Absolutely. Handoff. Burford again near the first down. Let's see if he's got it. And yes, he does. First down, Stoney Creek. And, you got to give their offensive line some credit, too, because they are holding up that Dragon defensive line at the point of attack.
They could, Stoney Creek can score points. They averaged 40.4 points per game average in their 5 wins this season.
Looks, throws, got a receiver out on this side, number 27, John Raba, and he's got a first down.
They've had success with that play twice now, both for big first downs for the Cougars, throwing that ball out in the flat, the fullback to Raba. Kroll on the stop.
1st and 10 from the 42 as we approach the 7-minute mark here in the second quarter. Cougars come out twins left. Tight end on a wing right. Folger on the carry. Over to 35, to the 30, to the 25. Knocked out of bounds by Ashton Kroll near the 22-yard line. It's another first down for Stoney Creek.
Fogler running hard too for the Cougars.
So 1st and 10 from the Dragon 29. Fogler is the back behind Eckhout. He gets the carry up the middle. This kid's a freshman.
That's what the other roster says,
Boy,
yes.
He's going to be heard from for a long time. Gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
And the Cougars got to feel good about themselves. They're moving the ball on this solid Lake Orion defense that we've seen all year, and you know what? They're here to play.
Yeah, no question. So 2nd and 4. Handoff up the middle. Burford short of the first down. Let's throw it down real quick. Down to Dave Sosefsky.
Hey guys, when I was talking to Coach pregame, he was talking about getting turnovers and winning the turnover battle. Coaches down here were yelling, make a play in that last defensive stop. They got that interception, took advantage of it. Doesn't hurt, obviously, with Kobe running 75 yards. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Dave. It'll be 3rd down and 2 from the 21. Twins left. Handoff up the middle. Burford. Did he get it? He's close. On 4th and about 1. 3 backs in the backfield. And Stoney Creek is going to call.
Go mobile with ONTV anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with ONTV to see what's happening in our studio, see upcoming events, and watch ONTV programs in high definition on demand. ONTV, working to bring Lake Orion to the world. This is one of those plays here where 4:34 to go in the second quarter. It's a huge play for the Cougars.
Yes.
You know, they've got to come out of here getting a first down, getting points. As fast as Lake drives out of 4 drives, they've got to get points out of this drive. Interesting that they are I know it's 4th and less than a yard, it looks like, from here.
Your front is Mason Slocum, Joe Cady, Ari Curtis.
Opponent's 34.
Alio Marcoux is in there.
Lake Orion opponent's 34.6% on 4th down this year.
And now the Dragons call a timeout. It's, okay, show me what defense you're going to run. And they didn't change what they called on offense, so the Dragons will take a timeout and the chess match continues.
That's why the game of football is so great. It's the game within the game. It's the battle of the student sections going against each other. It's the battle of the coaches going against each other. It's the one-on-one battles, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, wide receivers, defensive backs. I mean, there's so many things that you can watch within the game that can bring joy to somebody observing. And you take a quarter, and just watch the play away from the football, and watch a favorite position or a favorite player that you like out there. It's really a neat way to watch this great game.
Oh, Coach Powell's gotten his defense in. Handoff. And I think he got it. Yep, he's down to the 17 or 18-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Stoney Creek at the 18-yard line. 4:30 to go here in the second. You're right, Chris. That student section over on the Stoney Creek sideline, they brought a lot of enthusiasm tonight.
Well, I'm sure they were talking about it all week, as they should. Excited. It brings a lot of school pride to your school, pride to your school, and they made the trip over here, not too far to Lake Orion, and they should be excited.
1st and 10. Looks, throws, caught by the tight end, Jack Roig, number 87, who was a pretty big target, made a great catch, tumbled forward inside the 5 to the 3 where it'll be 1st and goal. Kobe Manzo comes in and takes up one of those outside linebacker positions up on the line. Alwyn Muzan and illegal substitution by Stoney Creek. They tried to get a guy in late and they'll mark him off. Be a 5-yard penalty.
They got him in late. There was just 12 men out there.
Yeah. It'll now be 1st and goal from the 8. Drew Van Heck in at a cornerback position. I think you could put Drew Van Heck driving the team bus and he'd do a great job. So 1st and goal. Handoff around the far side. Taken down was Burford, and Ari Curtis. Drew Van Heck came over from his right cornerback spot, came the width of the field and drove him out of bounds after a 3-yard gain. It's 2nd and 5.
They're in that wildcat formation again with Eck out, split out wide.
Ball taken by Fogler. He's down to about the 3 they're going to mark him down at. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
Boy, Eckhout splits out wide on the far side of the field. Then he's got to run all the way over to get the play from Merlot.
In the meantime, the 40-second clock is running.
But they're playing their game plan the way they want to.
No question.
Yeah, they're down 14, but they're doing exactly what they need to do to keep that Orion offense off the field.
Eat up clock. Grind it out on the ground.
They're dominating in time of possession, I'll tell you that.
Fogler again. takes the snap. He's tied up and dropped. It'll be 4th down and goal. So they're not afraid to go to that wildcat look with Fogler. The ball is spotted on the 2.
As aggressive as if they've been tonight, I'm guessing they're probably going to go for it as opposed to just getting a field goal out of this.
Well, there's no kicker on the field.
Well, they're going to run it down and call a timeout, looks like. Think about it.
Down to a minute 45, minute 40 to go before halftime.
You start getting into that field goal game, and that becomes difficult.
It does. And Stoney Creek calls a timeout. During this sports season, Orion Neighborhood Television will be covering a large variety of games. Our sports coverage will include varsity football, like tonight, volleyball, boys soccer, and more. Select games will be streamed live on dragonbroadcasting.org and will be replayed on our channels, Comcast Channel 10 and AT&T Channel 99. Visit Orion, ONTV, for our full program schedule. 1:34 to go. Stoney Creek has it 4th down and goal from the Dragon 2. Mason Slocum comes in on the defensive line. Isaac Kinney, Ari Curtis, Casey Coltrane. From the gun. Looks, throws to the corner, incomplete. The Dragons stand Sinai Palat on the coverage intended for number 34, Ozzy Villafuente Esparza.
I would throw it up to Ozzy too because he's got great size.
Sinai was there just enough to get in his way. So the Dragons take over 1st and 10 from their own 2. Like you said, Chris, you're here to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and I commend them for being aggressive. They try to take advantage of the situation, the matchup they had out there. Palat's a good size as well, but just the ball was thrown a little bit behind, incomplete.
So 1st and 10, Kobe Manzo up the middle to the 6. It'll be 2nd down. It was a good drive by Stoney Creek they got it on the Lake Orion, from their own 20. Handoff, Manzo
Fumble.
Up the middle. Ball's loose.
That's exactly what you could have happened.
And Stoney Creek recovers. Wow.
That's Kobe's first fumble of the season.
Fogler on the recovery, number 33, the freshman. So Lake Orion, after a valiant defensive stand, has to do another one.
Only the 7th fumble of the season for the Dragons football team, but Kobe's first. As good as he's been in that first half, that's going to eat at him.
So 1st and goal from the 4. Up the middle goes Fogler. He's down to about the 2. That's pretty good. You go 9 games and you have 6 fumbles. All season. Stopped. Austin Kroll gets Fogler. Stoney Creek is going to call a timeout with 30.4 seconds. That's their third. Lake Orion has 2 timeouts
That's
left.
Kroll's 5th tackle for a loss this season.
And that was a big one. Backed them up to the 8. It'll be 3rd down and goal, this time from the 8.
The Cougars are going to have to plan on calling 2 plays right now in the huddle.
Yep.
If that ball ends up staying in bounds, they're going to have 2 plays because they don't have any timeouts left.
And it's not the kind of thing where you can run it. You know, I look for them to try at least 1 pass. So here we go. Luke Tapley in at one of the defensive tackle positions. Eck out from the gun. He's got trips left, twins right.
Watch the quarterback draw. They ran that last time out of this formation.
Eck out, looks, throws, corner of the end zone. Incomplete. 4th down and 8 with 26.7 seconds to go.
I'll tell you what, that was a good-looking ball by Eck-out. I think it was right in Joseph Jacobs' hand. I'm sorry, Jacob Joseph's hand, excuse me. And he just flat out dropped it.
Yeah. 4th and goal. And they're going to try a field goal. Lance Fogelberg on for the extra point. Nick Potenza holding. And Lake Orion's going to take a timeout.
Regardless, go mobile with ONTV anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with ONTV to see what's happening in our studio, see upcoming events, and watch ONTV programs in high definition on demand. ONTV, working to bring Lake Orion to the world.
And if the world's watching this one, they're seeing a couple good goal line stands by this Dragon defense.
No, I think whatever happens here, unless it's a touchdown, I think whatever happens here, the Dragons can be satisfied that they only got out with giving up none or giving up 3.
Yeah.
And based on what happened the offensive series prior.
Stoney Creek will get the ball to open the second half. Fogelberg from 25. It's a fake to the corner. Incomplete. Intended for Cam Burford. And you kind of figured the way we've seen Stoney Creek be aggressive so far tonight, you weren't surprised that they'd fake a field goal.
No, they're pulling out all the stops, and I think Lake Orion's probably going to take that ball and kneel on it right now to get out of the half up 21-7. But you're right.
Yeah.
Pull out all the stops. What do you got to lose?
That's right. You weren't expected to be here. Now that you are, hey, have fun, pull out all the stops, do your best to win the game. Handoff, Kobe up the middle to about the 10, and that's going to run out the second quarter. It's halftime, round 1 of the 2019 MHSAA playoffs, the pre-districts. Lake Orion 21, Rochester Hills Stoney Creek 7. Halftime is underwritten by Malash's Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, located at 3800 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. Malash's Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1950s. I'm Doug Corliss with Chris Frisching. You're watching exclusive coverage of Lake Orion Dragon football here on Orion Neighborhood Television and dragonbroadcasting.org. We'll be right back.
The United States Air Force has a proud history of leading our nation in embracing diversity. We've been reaching new heights for years by understanding it's our individual experiences which make us strong. You can share in this success by seeking opportunities to learn and grow as a member of a diverse team. We are the world's greatest Air Force, not because of what we do, but who we are. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Just at the end of halftime, the Lake Orion Dragons leading the Rochester Hills Stoney Creek Cougars 21-7. Chris, you got some halftime stats and scores.
Well, Lake Orion 236 total yards of offense first half, all on the ground.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Blaze Lauer threw the very first play. It was an incompletion, no passing yards. Kobe Manzo, 182 yards on the ground himself, 3 touchdowns. And so, as we always say, the most important score, or most important stat, 21-7, Lake Orion over Stoney Creek.
Yeah. Let's send it down to Dave Saseski real quick with Coach Blackstock.
Guys, down here with Coach Blackstock. Coach, pretty tough first half out there. Guys fighting real hard, but 3 plays that stood out there. A couple stands in the red zone there for your defense. Obviously, the interception. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's the half of football that we expected. It's the game we expected. They're a physical team. They're well coached defensively and offensively, and it's playoff football. Big plays here, big plays there. Thought our defense has responded really well. A couple of times, like you said, down in the red zone. I think offensively we've played pretty well. We just haven't had the ball much. But when we have had it, we've really taken care of business pretty well.
Coach, we talked earlier this week. What makes this team special is the ability of what you guys can do in the backfield and offensively. But we gotta mention him. Kobe in that first half was pretty special, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you said it. He's special. That's the best way to describe him. He's special in a whole lot of ways.
Coach, good luck in that second half.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
First half stats for Stoney Creek.
Utica Eisenhower, some scores. Utica Eisenhower 10-0 over Rochester Adams at the half. That would be the opponent of the next opponent for this winner here in this game. Where did they all go? I lost them all. And that's the problem with my daughter would be better at finding all this stuff than I would on Twitter. Chip Valley was down at halftime to Macomb, Dakota. Trying to find the score, excuse me. We should have the ticker going here. Romeo 21, Davidson 7 at the half.
That's surprising.
Macomb, Dakota, here it is, 20-14 over Chip Valley at the half. Farmington 12, Oak Park 6. We didn't play, Lake Orion didn't play either of those teams, but Oak Park was expected to go a long ways. Farmington playing well.
Yeah.
Seaholm 27, Sterling Heights 20 in the second quarter. I'm trying to pull some OAA scores.
Seaholm's had a good year this year in the OAA Blue.
Some other scores of schools. Wow, East Kentwood 24, Rockford 0 at the half. I know that's not on our side of the state, but that is an important Division I game that bracket-wise could end up having a big factor in terms of what's happening here in the Division I playoffs.
Rockford, Lake Orion, old playoff foes from years back. They played twice in a state semi, once in a semifinal, once in a final. Stoney Creek will receive the second half kickoff. Connor Ross tees it up on the 40. Your third quarter of action is underwritten by Classic Lanes, your home for family fun and entertainment in Rochester Hills. Their 32-lane facility offers state-of-the-art bowling equipment for both league and recreational bowlers. Check them out at myclassiclanes.com. Connor puts a foot into it, high end over end kick, taken on the goal line or on the 1. brought out 10 over to 15 and run out of bounds. Around the 20 is Cam Burford, where Stoney Creek will take over 1st and 10. And I'm thrilled to be joined up here in the booth by my favorite niece, Rose Corliss. Glad you could make it up here. I love you dearly. Ball's marked on the 22-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see what the Cougars do coming out here at the second half. They had 2 drives that were stopped. They had goal-to-go situations 2 times, didn't come away with any points. Let's see how they can respond being down 14.
They got twins left, tight end set up on a wing right, single back in the backfield. Low snap, handoff, taken and stopped is Cam Burford. Got about a yard, and the Dragon defense swarmed to him really well this time.
Caden Beck made the stop, another tackle for loss.
They're calling it a 2-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 12 from the 20. Set the Dragon defense. Luke Tapley up front. Ari Curtis.
I'd love to see time of possession stats.
Oh, yeah. Joe Cady up front. Handoff up the middle, tripped up. Number 22, Ilario Marcoux. Got.
No, the fans aren't booing him.
No.
They're saying Marcoux.
Marcoux. Cam Burford on the carry. And Ilario is right there to grab an ankle and bring him down. It is 3rd down and 10 from the 22. Trips to the left, twins right. Eck out, empty backfield, looks, throws, got a receiver. Number 23, Aaron Dargell. He's got a 1st down up to the 35-yard line. And you can hold them, but they're just not going to go away.
No, Eckhout, they had nice protection. Eckhout threw a nice ball. Again, knew where the sticks were. Big 1st down on 3rd down for the Cougars.
They break the huddle, trips left, twins right. Back looks, throws, got a receiver, overthrows Dargell. Caden Beck on the coverage. And I think regardless where that ball was, Dargell heard footsteps because you could see
yeah, you're right. Eckhout threw that ball, and you could tell right from the get-go that ball was sailing high on him, and he was open, but Dargell was. You're right. Beck was back there to make the hit.
So 2nd and 10, just underway here in the 3rd quarter. 9:47 to go. Dragons up 21-7. Single wide out both sides. Kind of a double wing left. Handoff up the middle, goes nowhere. Ball's loose. Ari Curtis has got it. And they're going to blow the play dead. Oh my goodness. And they're going to call it 2nd down. They're not even going to get it. Dragons aren't even going to get the ball out of it. And we have a Stoney Creek player down about the 37, 38-yard line. And it's Cam Burford who's been most of their offense tonight.
Well, it's interesting because they stopped. I didn't hear the whistle, but then I also, as Curtis picks the ball up, I didn't see one official signal that the play was dead.
Right.
And wave his hands over his head. They let the play out. So,
Coach Blackstock's getting an explanation from the line judge. Yeah, I did not hear a whistle either.
It's like Burford's walking off, running
Yeah.
off, jogging off.
So 3rd down and 8 from the 37. Caden Beck and Cade Manzo are your safeties. Trips to the left, Twins right. Pressure up the middle. And he escapes, and Eckhout is going to have a 1st down on a 47-yard line. He did all that on his own. He was trapped in the backfield, got out of it, and got enough for the 1st down.
That's what happens when you bring pressure, but you're just too overzealous up front with your pass rush, your defensive line, and your blitzing linebacker. You got to make sure you're attacking the right angle on that quarterback in the pass rush to not allow that to happen.
Twins left, backs in an offset eye. Now come up alongside Eckhout.
There he is again.
Okay. Complete. John Ryba run out of bounds by Isaac Kinney. It'll be 2nd down and 7 in Lake Orion territory at the 49.
It's third time they've run that play to Ryba. Coming out of the backfield, successful every time. First 2 times we're on big 3rd down plays. That was 1st down.
So 2nd and 7. Twins this side. And he's going to get swallowed up. Eckhout faked the handoff. Casey Coltrane was in.
They got Kinney, I believe, for taunting or unsportsmanlike there at the end.
I don't know if it was a face mask because it just didn't look like his. We'll check the foul. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Lake Orion. And, you've been good enough a team for so long, you know better. And I'm sure that something will be said to the defense when it comes off the field. So that'll take the ball down to the 36-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Stoney Creek. Twins this side. Handoff, number 33, Fogler. Up over the 35 to the 33. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 7.
That's the one thing about high school football. You don't necessarily know who the penalty was on. So, forgive me, I don't know if it was Kinney or not. But nonetheless, you had a big-time stop on that 2nd down there, and you just give them 15 yards and a 1st down. Just can't do that.
So 2nd and 7, they come out Twins right this time. Backs in the eye. Handoff up the middle. Burford, heeled up in a hurry, gets the carry. He'll be about a yard short. It'll be 3rd down.
He's got good vision. He runs well. He's very patient to see those holes open up and does a nice job for the Cougars.
We don't have the size of their players, but their backs aren't real big. Twins this side. Single back behind Eckhout. Handoff to Burford, and he's not going anywhere. It'll be 4th down.
Is that back off the edge again? I believe it was from his right side of the ball.
I was watching some film during the week, and I watched receivers against Sinai Palat. And you know, they haven't thrown at Sinai very often this year. He has been, if you want to call it a lockdown corner, he's done a great job at that left cornerback position. So here we go, 4th and 2. Looks, throws, got a first down over the 25 to the 24. It'll be 1st and 10.
Eckhout did a nice job of setting that up. It looked like he was going to go up top, down here, and kind of threw a shoulder fake in there, leaning forward and tucked it and ran, got the first down inside the 25.
Closing in on 5 minutes to go here in the third. Cougars have a 1st and 10 from the 24. Handoff up the middle. Burford stopped. Maybe a yard gain.
It's one thing to play deliberate offensive football, but at some point in time you got to put points on the board. They've had the ball this entire half.
Yeah. They've had it 8 minutes. So 2nd and 9. Single wide out each side. Eckhout looking to pass. He's going down at the 20 or maybe the 19. Same thing, Chris. He kept looking for someone to throw to, and that Dragon defensive backfield has just been closing it down all night. So now it'll be 3rd and 5 from the 19. You saw Blaze Lauer jogging up and down the sideline trying to stay loose. Dragons haven't had the ball yet this half. 3rd and 5. Eckhout, back, looks, throws, got a receiver, dropped. Intended for number 34, Ozzy Villafuente Esparza, and it'll be 4th and 5.
He was simply looking to try to make something happen before he had the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it was a matter of hearing footsteps or not, but boy, how many times do we talk about that?
What did the old wide receiver coach say? Catch it first, then look. 4th and 5, they're going to go for it. They come out trips right, Twins left. From the gun. Eckhout drops, looks, throws. Too high. Dragons will take over 1st and 10 from the 19. Another defensive stand by that Dragon defense.
And another drive by the Cougars that got inside the red zone for the 3rd time without getting any points.
Now, and they overcame the personal foul. That is huge.
Certainly there's plenty of time left in this football game, but boy, you're going to look, but Cougars are going to look back at this and say, man, we should have scored. We could have scored 3 drives.
Yeah. So Dragons come out, trips to the left. Manso's alone back, Blaze under center. Kobe up the middle. Minimal gain. They're going to give him 2. It'll be 2nd. They gave him 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. As we approach the 3-minute mark, here in the third, Dragons up by 14. Twins left, Mitch Howell gets the toss, going around right end. Gets free, he's got a first down over the 35 to, they're going to call him out at the 40. It'll be 1st and 10 Dragons. Mitch Howell hasn't been heard from much tonight.
Halftime score, West Bloomfield 28, Canton 7. Another OA red squad.
Van Heck cuts it outside, fumbles the ball. It's on the ground, and Stoney Creek recovers at the 41. I think Drew just tried to extend the play a little too much, and the ball got knocked out. We have not had replay capability tonight due to technical problems. So 1st and 10 from Stony Creek from their own 41, 2:39 to go.
Uncharacteristic of the Dragons, you know. Manzo fumbled the ball in the first half, Van Heck there in the second half here. It's also his first fumble of the season. Find out what the defense is made of right now.
Backs in the offset I, Twins this side, single wide left. Eckhout up the middle, flag down. Flag down at the 40-yard line, thrown by the umpire, which usually means holding. And it is holding against Stoney Creek. That's a spot foul from the 40. So that'll back them up to the 30. It'll be 1st down and 21.
Third quarter score, Division I, Macomb, Dakota 27, Chippewa Valley 14.
Wow. Is this going to be one of those kind of years where the upsets run rampant?
That's why you play the games.
That's why you play the game. Twins right, motion this side, sets up on a wing left. Eckhout up the middle, dodges a couple tackles, gets up near the 38. It'll be 2nd down and 12. 13 make that.
Good job of getting a lot of that penalty back.
Yeah. All of their running backs are very, if you want to use the word, shifty. And again, you got to give their offensive line credit because they have had room to run. So 2nd and 13 as we approach a minute 30.
One senior on their starting offensive football team. One senior.
Yeah. And Stoney Creek is going to take a timeout. Let's throw it down to Dave Sasewski. What do you got, Dave?
Hey guys, so uncharacteristically, this offense has given up a couple turnovers, speaking of Lake Orion, but Stoney Creek just hasn't been able to take advantage. Deep in their own zone, Lake Orion has been stout defensively, just not giving up the big play. And when you don't give up the big play, the clock becomes something that you have to overcome as well for Stoney Creek. Look at that, guys, as this game goes on. Back to you.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, Chris, and that's something we talked about is, you know, it's nice you want to grind it out, but there comes a time where if you got to put points on the board, you got to put the ball up in the air.
And we've seen it from Eckhout. He throws a nice ball. He's had receivers that are open. He likes to throw the ball to Reba in the flat. He's gone a couple times to Villafuerte, Esparza, and the one was incomplete, one was a drop. And so they've had guys open, but they also are running the ball well and working to their game plan, which means to keep the ball, out of Lake Orion's hands.
2nd and 13, pressure, throws, complete, and brought down at midfield is Ozzy Villafuente Esparza.
That's a nice looking ball, and the offensive line has given Eckhout some time.
That's good enough for a 1st down from when they did have a 1st and 21. At the 49 in Dragon territory. Twins left. Tight end on a wing right. Burford on the carry gets a couple. And even after he was contacted by a couple Dragon defenders, he kept those feet moving, got another yard.
He slithered right through Coltrane's hands. Yeah. I don't know if it's because it's cold out there, he's that shifty, or a combination of both, but he was able to get at least one.
So 2nd and 9 in the final 30 seconds. The play clock and the scoreboard clock will run out about the same time. Twins left. And Eckert's looking at the clock. I think he's just going to let, nope.
Interesting.
They're
the play clock ended before the game clock did, but they let it run off.
Yeah. So the Dragons were going to try to get a. No. Dragons were trying to get a delay of game. By the way, the scoreboard for this second half is underwritten by Lakes Community Credit Union. The not-for-profit institution has been providing financial services to the Oakland County area since 1937. Give them a call at 248-814-4003.
Another OAA red score. The pre-district, Utica Eisenhower 17, Rochester Adams 0 in the third quarter.
And we will take on the winner of that game next Friday night here at Dragon Stadium. How great is it to have playoff games back here in Lake Orion?
Wish it was a little warmer, but take the home field advantage nonetheless, right?
Yeah. 2nd and 9 for the Cougars. Looks, throws, caught, complete to John Ryba. He's got a first down inside the 40 to the 39, 38. They're going to mark it.
We've talked about this before, the Lake Orion defense, but that bend but don't break philosophy. Yeah. You know, they've been on the field a long time, to the point where they're starting to having to start substituting guys in to get some rest.
They have. Jake McCaffrey comes in at one of the cornerback spots, looks, throws over the head of Jack Rohrig. It'll be third down.
Oh, he was open too, and he's a big target, like you said earlier.
Sorry, second down.
But boy, that's one. If you're the Cougars, you've got to hit somebody that wide open.
And Ackout was starting to get a little pressure, but he had time to set and throw the ball. Just throw it high. 2nd and 10. Receiver each side, backs in an offset eye. Handoff up the middle to Burford. And how he had a wall in front of him and just put his head down and ducked underneath. I said they're not real big backs. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 from the 33.
You got good balance, you got good vision. You could be a good football player, good running back.
From the pistol, Eckhout. Handoff up the middle to Burford. He's going to be about a yard short. It'll be 4th down. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4th and 1 from just inside the 30.
Better rotate your guys in. They're going to have to call timeout.
Yep, and they did. Yeah, they had guys running off, guys running in, and they still had 11 on by the time they called the timeout. Be sure to tune in to replays of your favorite games right here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the most current games in our lineup. Games are also replayed throughout the week, so check our program guide on our webpage at Orion, ONTV.org for replay times that best fit your viewing schedule. Also, visit our YouTube link for games on demand, www.oriontv.org. It's been a good football game tonight. I've been very impressed with what Stoney Creek has done.
I agree. I'll be honest with you. I did not expect the game to be this way.
We hadn't seen Stoney Creek in a couple, 3 years. You said you saw them against Troy Athens. Full house backfield. Eckert looking to throw. Got a receiver. Grant Lowry on the reception. Did I see a flag come down?
They haven't moved the change yet. They're talking over there on the far sideline. You're right.
Yeah, there is a flag. And they just moved it back to about the 25-yard line.
Not very many penalties tonight at all on either side.
No. And dead ball. Personal foul against Stoney Creek. So that will back them up 15 yards.
They're giving him the first down, though, I believe, because it's a dead ball foul.
Yeah, it was a post-possession foul.
Final score in OAA, pre-district, Farmington 12, Oak Park 6.
That is astounding. Of course, you know, Farmington and North Farmington went down to the wire. It was a battle between those two teams all year long. So 1st and 10 from the Dragon 40. Handoff up the middle, stopped.
Marcoux.
Hilario Marcoux got him again around the ankles. And we have another Stoney Creek player down around the 34-yard line. Hey, ONTV has just launched our brand new internet radio station. You can create your own podcast or radio show or sign up to become a DJ. For more information on the radio station, give us a call at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060.
I tell you what, I'm a podcast junkie now. Like last probably year and a half, 2 years, my drive downtown to Detroit, 45 minutes and to an hour of podcast. I can learn so much about whatever topic I want to listen to. It's great. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I'm one that commercial radio for me has just the term was used once, a vast wasteland, and the only thing I found that really has any interest, and I've started doing the same thing, getting a podcast here and there, because if I can't pick up NPR, I got to find something.
Right.
And you're right, a podcast. And I'll tell you who does a good podcast for ONTV at our radio station is Sammy Taramina. You know, we talked about it with his preseason work. He goes out, he does the work, and he does a real good job with his podcast.
He was down there on the sideline pacing. And what's wrong? I'm nervous. Don't be.
Garrett Joy was the injured player, number 68, junior offensive lineman. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 40. They come out twins right. Backs in an offset eye. Eckert looking, got pressured, dropped. Casey Coltrane and Andy Bryant on the stop. I'm sorry, that was number 30, Joe Cady, not number 31. But we thought we'd give Andy a shout out anyhow. So on 3rd and 10, trips left, Twins right. Empty backfield. Backs, looks, going down. Throws it away, no receiver in the area. Let's see what they're going to call.
That's a heck of an effort by Eckhout. I mean, he was in the grasp, and somehow he stayed composed enough to be able to, aware enough, I should say, to be able to get that ball and throw it away and not take the sack.
So 4th and 10 from the 40. Down to 15 seconds on the play clock. Trips left, Twins right. Eckert looking, gonna run it. Cutting it upfield, looking for a block, slips a tackle. Got a first down. He slipped a tackle by Joe Cady and got a first down at the 29-yard line. Good athletic moves by the quarterback.
To know where he was, the sticks are on the far side of the field. He knew exactly where he needed to get to. He made a stutter step about the 32-yard line, was able to bounce it outside and get that first down. Nice job by Eckhout.
So 1st and 10, trips right, Twins left. Approaching 9 minutes to go. Looks, throws, tipped, and taken down for no gain was Villafuente Esparza. So 2nd down and 10 from the 29. They come out trips right, Twins left. I'm sorry, 1 receiver left. Handoff up the middle to Burford. He's down at the 22. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
I don't know that I've ever seen a game where one team is so dominant in time of possession.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how much the Cougars have had the ball this game.
3 wides right, 1 wide left. Handoff up the middle, 1st down or close to it. They're waving the sticks down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 19.
Yet they're down 14 points.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what mind-boggling.
Well, look at Lake Orion's drive. They had 1 yard, 76-yard touchdown. All their, it's been chunk yardage for the Dragons. Eckert looks, throws, dropped. Number 12, Jack Warner. And Chris, it's as we said earlier, he was looking where he was going before he caught the ball.
Yeah, that's again, those are the things that are going to haunt the Cougars. They've got to have those balls. They've got to have those catches. I know it's cold out there, and it was a little behind Warner there, but boy, that's got to be had.
The Dragons have had the ball for 3 plays
In this half.
Yeah. So it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, brought down at the 14.
Earlier I
by
told
Luke Tapley.
Earlier, I told you you were talking about the brackets elsewhere in the Division I brackets. I said you were being awful presumptuous and assuming that Clinton Township, Chip Valley was going to. They're down 27-13 in the fourth quarter.
That's what I get for reading press clippings. Handoff up the middle, stopped. Ashton Kroll chopped the legs out from underneath Cam Burford. And it'll be 4th down and 4. So here we are again with another one of these 4th downs. Each team has 2 timeouts left. Trips right, Twins left. Eckert back. Gonna run it. He's got a 1st down and more. And down inside the 5 to the 2.
It's like that's what happens when you rush 3 and you're playing man-to-man on the back end. You got an amount of time. If you don't have somebody keying the quarterback, that's what's going to happen. And Echo knew exactly where to go, what to do.
Low snap. Echo looking. Down at the 1, he did not get in. You know, we saw the same thing with Monroe. They spread the field out so far, and it spreads your defense out. You're out there with no help if you're a defensive back. And you don't want to come crashing in to make a play on the quarterback because he'll just drop it over your head. So it's 2nd and goal from the 1. 5:30 to go in the game. Full house backfield. Touchdown for Stoney Creek. Cam Burford on the 1-yard run closes the gap to within a touchdown, pending the extra point.
I'll wait till the extra point.
Lance Fogelberg in for the attempt. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick was almost blocked by Kobe Mahan, or Kobe Mahan. Kobe Manzo. It's week 10. I should have learned by now. 5:25 to go. It's now Lake Orion 21. Stoney Creek 14. Hey, we had a replay this time as he goes in from 1 yard out.
If you're a Dragon fan, that's not the one you want to see, though.
No.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing now. The Dragons' offense, as you said, has only been out there 3 plays this half.
Yeah.
It's 38, 37, whatever, mid-30s out there, and they're sitting on the sidelines, and they're probably getting cold. And Lake Orion, Van Heck and Manzo have fumbled the ball twice, or each once tonight. They fumbled the ball, turned the ball over twice tonight on fumbles. And so this is interesting because do the Cougars onside kick? Lake Orion's obviously got their hands team in right now, but what's Lake Orion going to do with it? They haven't been out there but 3 plays this second half.
I take you back to the days of Roger Allison and Will Johnson and those guys. They said let the other team get cold. So here we go. The end over end kick. Sinai takes it on the 1, brings it out, and he's going to be stopped about the 12-yard line. Chris, I think he should have let that go into the end zone.
I think because the ball was caught and touched outside the end zone, that's why he was able to return it.
Yeah. So the Dragons take over 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. 5:18 to go in the game. DeBrinket comes in at a tight end position. Trips to the right. Manzo, the lone back. He gets a carry and drops the ball. Blaze fell on it. And that is uncharacteristic, as we said with the first one. So now it's 2nd and 18 from the 5. I tell you, the Dragons just diverted disaster on that one. Blaze, back to throw, in the end zone. Looks. Got Manzo up to the 12. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Manzo did a good job of staying in bounds. Wasn't going to get much. Villafuerte made the tackle, but stayed in bounds, keep that clock going.
DeBrinket splits wide left. Howell in a slot left, along with Van Heck. Starek split right. Kobe up to the 15. It'll be 4th down and 8 for the Dragons. Clock running, 3:45 to go here in the 4th.
This is an important snap right here.
Well, Connor's going to be punting into the wind, and there's a pretty stiff wind tonight. Best thing you could do there is kick it low and hope for a good, good bounce. Snap back. Almost blocked. Fair catch called for at midfield. Sinai Palat was right there to greet him, but Stoney Creek will take over with 3:12 to go. 1st and 10 from midfield, down 7. We will remind you again, tonight's game is a copyrighted presentation of Lake Orion High School's Dragon Broadcasting Program, Orion Neighborhood Television, and the Michigan High School Athletic Association. No use of the pictures, depictions, or events of tonight's game without express written permission of the MHSAA, Orion Neighborhood Television, and Dragon Broadcasting is strictly prohibited. 1st down. Up the middle comes Burford. Caden Beck on the stop after a gain of 3.
Their tempo is picking up, obviously, a little bit more because we're under 3 minutes left, but they're getting in those plays quicker.
Trips to the right, single wide out left. Low snap, ball's loose. Now that time there was no receiver in the area. There was nothing but green shirts. We have about 5,000 officials here tonight voicing their opinions as it's 3rd down and 7. They come out trips right, twins left, empty backfield. Pressure. Down he goes. Casey Coltrane on the sack. And now Stoney Creek is going to take a timeout with 2:29 to go. It will be 4th down and 18 to go from Stoney Creek's 42-yard line.
Boy, Coulter did a great job of timing that, getting his 2nd sack of the year right there. No one touched him.
No.
And he did a nice job of breaking down, coming under control, getting Eckhout down. Eckhout almost broke for free again.
Yes.
and got the ball off, but Coulter, nice job, big play. Here's the ball game right here.
Absolutely. And I would have to go back on the film, but from what we saw on that pass on the sack, there was nothing but green shirts around the 45-yard
You know what?
line.
When I looked down there, I thought number 23, Aaron Dargle, was in the area. And now I don't know what the rule is in terms of how close he's got to be, but I did think someone was in the area.
So 4th and 18, and they're going for it. 2:29 to go. Eckert back, rolling, looks, throws. Incomplete. Intended over about the 42-yard line by number 23, Aaron Dargell. And the Dragons will take over 1st and 10 from the Stoney Creek 42 with 2:23. Stoney Creek has 1 timeout left. The Dragons have 2.
Boy, if you're the Cougar, that's another catchable ball.
Yes.
You've got to have that.
Yes.
That's at least 3 drops tonight. That
And-
guy's throwing a nice ball.
And again, he had a defender right on his heels.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have made the first down, but at least you got to give yourself a chance to catch it.
Exactly. Single wide out. Kobe Manzo up to the 40, down to the 39. The line judge on this side has him at the 39. The head linesman had him at the 40. It's 2nd and 8.
This game obviously is the most important game, but the next opponent, Lapeer 35, Grand Blanc 7 in the 4th quarter.
Okay. So we would see Dakota next week.
No, we would play the winner of Ike and Adams.
I'm sorry, Ike and Adams.
Which I'm trying to
which
find
right
that
now,
score.
It looked like it would be Eisenhower. Backs in an offset eye. Blaze under center. Hands off. Kobe Manzo up to the 36. And the clock keeps running. The clock has stopped.
Romeo 21, Davison 21 in the 4th quarter.
Stoney Creek has taken their last timeout with 1:29 to go. Dragons 21, Stoney Creek 14. Dragons have a 3rd and 4 from the Stoney Creek 36, and you're right, Blaze hasn't had to throw it tonight.
Hasn't had it because they've been so efficient on offense on running the ball.
Yeah.
When they've had the ball.
I'll take you back to 2010.
Boy, you're taking me way back.
Yeah, well, the game against Harrison, they threw it 52 times. Coach Bell said from then on, that's enough. And they rode Marcus Stevenson to a state title. Mitch Howell on the carry. He's going to be about a yard short.
Where do they spot this?
They've got it spotted. It looks like the 33. They got to get to the 32. So it'll be 4th and 1. Clock's running to a minute.
They can run this to about 41 seconds. Probably going to run it all the way down, call a timeout, use one of them.
I would think. Play clock is at 9.
Under 39.
And the timeout is called with 38.6 seconds to go. Dragons are faced with a 4th and 1 from the Stoney Creek 33. So here's your situation. You go for it, you make it, you take a knee. You go for it, you don't make it.
You won't even have to take a knee. If they get it here, the game's over.
You're right. But if you don't get it and Stoney Creek gets the ball, they've got 38 seconds to try to go 66 yards. And it's not their game to throw the ball.
Tell you what, I am impressed with how physical and how tough Stoney Creek has been tonight.
Me
They
too.
They have played a nice football game.
So have I. Yeah, Coach Merlo deserves a lot of credit for having his team ready to play tonight.
And like we said multiple times tonight, they're mostly juniors.
Yeah.
Watch out for them in the preseason picks next year.
Absolutely. And with their record this year, they should not move a division. They should stay where they're at. So, 4th down and 1. Blaze under center. Manzo, first down, game over. Right up off tackle. Got 3 when he needed 1. They reset the chains. They'll stop the clock while they reset the chains. The Dragons. And they're just going to run the clock out. The clock will expire before the play clock. So this one's over. The Dragons will move on next week to take on the Utica Eisenhower Eagles. Your final score tonight, the Lake Orion Dragons 21, the Stoney Creek Cougars 14. Great effort by the Dragons tonight. You're watching exclusive coverage of Lake Orion Dragon football here on Orion Neighborhood Television and the Dragon Broadcasting streaming service.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Down on the field after a 21-14 Dragon victory over the Rochester Stoney Creek Cougars. Chris, this was a crazy game tonight.
Crazy game on both sides. Lake Orion dominated that first half, and we talked about time of possession for Stoney Creek. They did a great job of running their game plan. Not to perfection, but they did a great job of keeping Lake Orion's defense or offense off the field, and they just couldn't convert when they got into the red zone in in that second quarter, and that was the result. As a result, they lose by 7.
Let's get Coach Blackstock in there. Coach, come on in. Congratulations on a big win.
Thank you. That is a big win. Any win in the playoffs is a big one, right?
We were just saying, this is a crazy game tonight.
Yeah, and we knew that coming in. Watching them on film, we knew that it was going to be a physical game. They're a physical team. They've got really good size up front. They've got a running back that kind of makes you think about like Kobe, that number 22. Honestly, and I told them afterwards, I felt like watching them on film was watching us last year. Kind of a ground out the game, eat the clock, play physical, play really good defense. And they did all those things. My hat's off to them without a doubt. They played a great game.
Talk about your defense in the first half there. The Cougars got inside the red zone multiple times in goal-to-goal situations and didn't give up any. You guys didn't give up any points. Yeah. Talk about that and how big that was for your team.
Yeah, that's the kids' mentality, and their mindset. And Rick Powell brings that. Just the resiliency of never say die and playing the next play and just give us one more chance. And they've embraced that and they live it. And that's the character of those kids, And when you've got a defense like that, you know it's going to hold you in any game. And that's what the playoffs are about. We've always said, you guys know that you got to steal one, and yeah, we probably stole one tonight. They played well enough to win, and we've got some things to clean up.
We heard that Eisenhower has defeated Adams, so you got Ike next week. Okay. Have you seen anything of them so far?
I have not seen anything on Ike at this point. No. We'll probably hopefully start seeing them a little bit tonight on the huddle, and we'll go from there.
There's some other upsets in Division I too, which are pretty interesting. Yeah. Chip Valley lost.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty big. So that's down the road. You got first things first.
So, I was talking to one of the reporters on Monday night this week, and they had asked me about the playoffs in the first round. I said, the first round, man, is crazy. You always see a couple of big seeds go down that you just don't think would ever happen, and I can't believe that happened, but I guess we should, right?
JB, congratulations.
Thank you.
And have a good week of practice next week. We'll see you for Eisenhower.
I appreciate that. I got to give a quick shout out to my mom. Hi, Mom. She watches the broadcast. She loves you guys. Talking about you guys all the time. So
we appreciate it.
She better be talking about you after this.
No. She's talking about you guys.
Congratulations.
Thanks, John.
Absolutely.
All right. Ari Curtis, come on in here.
How you doing?
The guy who I couldn't believe your development between last year and this year. You have been an absolute demon at your defensive end position. Talk about tonight's game.
Tonight's game was just me and my team. That's what it was. Well, my team and I really. We practiced, worked hard every day, came out on top with the results. I really thank my other D linemen for helping me out, and my linebackers for giving me the right call. Without my linebackers, anything else, we wouldn't be here right now. They lead the way. Linebackers lead the way. My secondary, they make great plays and everything like that. It's really a big team effort.
We asked Coach Blackstock the same thing, but talk about those defensive stands in the first half. What meant for your defense in going into halftime. They got into the red zone 3 times and didn't get any points. Talk about those stands.
Well, it was just straight discipline. We had to keep discipline. Know what we had to do. We had to stop them. It was no other choice really. No other choice at all. So. I ride for my dogs for real. I love them. We all do our part, and we don't need to do anything but our part.
Talk about Coach Powell, the difference he made this year, both for you and for the defense as a whole.
It's been a real good change. Honestly, it's been a real good change. Coach Powell has brought a lot to the program, I believe. We're feeling just a new friendship and being a coach and just being there for players ultimately. So he's been a real good.
You're going to have Eisenhower next week. Have a good week of practice, Ari.
You too.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Kobe Manzo, come on in here. As someone who's going to take up the broadcast arts.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're going to give the report on the game tonight.
I'm going to give the report.
There you go.
Well, tonight, I just say at the start of the week, we look at the film, and Stoney is a well-coached team. On defense, you knew they're going to be in the right spot at the right time. So our mindset coming into the week, and it's the identity that we're starting to build as a team is, you know what we're going to do, so stop it, right? And so that tough, downhill, physical mindset is that identity that we're trying to build. And coming into the playoffs last year, losing momentum at 5-4 and losing to Clarkston, they left a bad taste in the mouth of our seniors and our juniors last year. So coming in with a lot of momentum this year and really sticking it, just physical and throughout the week, having a good week of practice, it meant a lot to us.
Never ask a broadcaster a question.
You guys had 232 yards of total offense in the first half. You yourself had 182 of those yards. Turn the page to the second half. You guys had the ball 3 plays in that third quarter alone and early into the fourth.
Yes,
talk about how difficult that was for you and your offense into the second half. That you wanted to get back out on the field. You wanted the ball, but the Cougars did a nice job of maintaining possession and holding you guys off the field.
Well, I just told our guys, it's a testament to our mental fortitude. And we always talk about our strength mentally is just as important as our strength physically. And so being on the sideline and being out of the game for a long period of time like that, sometimes it's tough to go back out there and just pick up right where you left off after such a strong, dominant first half. But we come in, we make some big plays, and even though we had some trouble with ball security, we rallied when we needed to. And that great possession, the fourth down to ice the game, it just shows that our guys are mentally tough, and we're going to get after it.
Good.
Kobe, congratulations on a great
you,
season. You're going to have Eisenhower next week. Have a great week of practice. We'll see you back out here next Friday night.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Have a great
week.
Nice job.
So that'll wrap it up from the field after a 21-14 Dragon victory.
It's so cool. We almost forgot.
Yeah, we can tell November's here. For our producer-director, Joey Tysick, our field reporter, Dave Sasetsky, our field cameraman, Joe Johnson, who is ready for a beach in Miami by now. My broadcast partner, Chris Ritchie. I'm Doug Corliss. Thank you for watching. Good night, everyone.